Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 13 men, 911 miles, and 1 week to make a difference. A group of brave warriors known as the Shepherd's Men set out on a journey that will take them from the Freedom Towers in New York City to the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Every day, servicemen and women from across our country return from the fields of combat only to fight another battle at home. While this battle may not include heavy artillery or enemy combatants, it is just as devastating. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, and traumatic brain injuries are disorders that take years and sometimes a lifetime to heal. These enemies invade the mind and cause unspeakable pain for those suffering and for their families. For this reason, 13 brave men whose mission is to raise awareness and funding for those with PTSD and traumatic brain injuries have accepted the arduous task of running from the Big Apple to the Peach State. With each step forward, the Shepherd's Men are one step closer to reaching their goal of raising $250,000 for the Shepherd Center. The Shepherd Center's Share Military Initiative, a comprehensive military rehabilitation program that provides assistance and support for servicemen and women who have sustained mild to moderate traumatic brain injury and PTSD from the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. While the wounds may have been inflicted years ago, the scars still remain. And that's why the Shepherd's Men run 911 miles with 22-pound packs strapped to their chests. These courageous men do not run for their own glory, but for their fellow service members whose lives may be forever changed by the effects of these conditions. Today, 1 out of 5 service members returning home from Iraq or Afghanistan have been diagnosed with one of these debilitating conditions. If left unchecked, these injuries could be life-threatening. As our service members return home from active duty, it is important for them to know they do not suffer alone. This morning, the Shepherd's Men are a few steps closer to reaching their final destination. As the sun rose gently against the backdrop of the Iwo Jima Memorial, the Shepherd's Men arrived in our nation's capital. It was here at the place that memorializes one of the most historic moments in our history, where I joined the Shepherd's Men for a short 1-mile run of their 911-mile journey. As I stood in the shadow, Mr. Speaker, of the Iwo Jima Memorial, one of the Shepherd's Men following our run came up to me and he said, "When we go into combat, we know that we may not come back out. And I lost many of my men in combat, and I can accept that. But what's hard is when these men survive combat and they come back home and they lose their life to these debilitating conditions. That's hard to swallow." As a veteran of the United States Air Force, I am extremely grateful to the unwavering commitment the Shepherd's Men have shown to defend their fellow servicemen and ensure that they have the resources they need to begin their road to recovery. Although the road may be long and fraught with setbacks, people across this nation are going the extra mile to ensure our service members are given the help they deserve. To the Shepherd's Men, on the rest of your journey, and thank you for your commitment to our nation's military. Mr. Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time.